Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to When the Dust Settles. I'm your host, Kayoki Pico Kanwe, and today we have a very interesting topic to discuss. Liberia is at a critical juncture at the head to a presidential runoff scheduled for November 14, 2023. The two main contenders are Incumbent President Weah of the Congress for Democratic Change and former Vice President to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, Joseph Boikai of the Unity Party. In this episode, we will dive into the issues that the winner of these elections will undoubtedly face. Stay tuned to gain my insight into the future of Liberia. First of all, let's look at the overview of the elections. I'll give a little. Let's begin by providing some context to these elections that are going to be happening tomorrow. President George Weah, former soccer star George Weah, is seeking re-elections. He will be in his first 6-year term. While Joseph Boikai, as I already said, was the former Vice President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and he's trying seeking his first term. In the first round of the voting, both men, nobody won 50 plus 1% of the vote, as the Liberian Constitution dictates that the winner of the elections has to win 50% plus 1 of the vote. Both men, settle around 44% each, with the other candidates coming distant to. The first round of vote, as we already alluded to, didn't. Now, let's explore some of the challenges that the eventual winner will confront. What are some of the challenges the eventual winner of this Liberia election is going to confront? First of all, one of the first and foremost challenges facing Liberia's next president will be economic. Liberia has struggled with a high unemployment rate, poverty, and the lack of economic diversification. My people in River G can't even get clean drinking water. No electricity, bad road conditions, poor health care, poor quality education, lack of employment, and a high rate of poverty. These issues, as people go to the polls to vote, they have to be looking at these candidates to know which one of them is capable enough to solve these problems. But let me make this point, all right? Anybody that wins Liberia election is going to be your president. Mm-hmm. You got two candidates. They say one game, two sides. One game, that is, this game is one person wants to become president, and one person will eventually win as Liberia's next president. Whether it's Joseph Boikai of the Unity Party going to get his first 6 years, or it's George Weah of the Congress for Democratic Change going to get another 6 years. Whosoever wins, I don't want people to stress. I just appealing to Liberia. Don't stress yourself out, because whosoever wins is going to be Liberia's president. The issue is going to remain. And so before you go to the polls, if you're in River G County, when you're voting, be voting for somebody because the person is able to help create jobs for people in River G County. If you're in Bapolu County, vote for somebody because you know that person is going to vote for. The person is going to provide the jobs, going to improve roads. The person is going to improve health care. The person is going to improve your quality of life. Your vote is like somebody interviewing you and going through your resume to find the best candidate. Now is the opportunity for people in River G County, Grand Crew County, the remote parts of Liberia, to now they now have the opportunity to vote for people who they believe can help not alleviate the extreme poverty we have in our country, not to alleviate or eradicate unemployment, which of course can never be eradicated, but to improve these conditions. So when I look at the vote, the first round, people in Nimba County voted for Boikai in high numbers. People in Bapolu County, Bapolu County and Lofa County, people in the Southeastern region voted for George Weah in high numbers. You should be sitting down and see what your problems are. These people, are they going to solve your problems? Why am I giving them my vote? I'm not saying George Weah didn't do what he's supposed to do in his 6 years. But the issues in Liberia are so severe. I'm not saying Boikai and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf didn't do what they're supposed to do. But the problems in Liberia, unemployment, youth who are jubilating beyond politicians, high unemployment rate, poverty, lack of basic services across the country, no water in my home county, River G, no public power, roads are in terrible state, infrastructure are in dismal state. So if you're going to vote for somebody, you should be voting for the person based on what the person has promised you or a person has done over the past 6 years or over the past 12 years. When I look at River G County with the high rate of unemployment, lack of basic services, lack of jobs, I am so flabbergasted, I'm so perplexed to see why the people want to be voting for certain people. Or when I look for people in Nimba County who voted for George Weah, let's say voted for Boikai in high numbers. I just want to know, why are these people voting for these people like this? They have their own reason and I respect them for that. But when you look at the issues that I talked about a few minutes ago, unemployment rate so high unemployment rate, poverty, lack of economic diversification, the winner of this election must be able to address these issues. Infrastructure development, right? Infrastructure and services. Another thing that the country is also faced with. When I was growing up in Maryland County, I want to go to school in Grand Judah County, Georgia Multilateral High School. And whenever we travel in that road from Georgia to Maryland, the road have been bad and very, very bad road. And that road is almost still the same way. And it's just not that part of the country. All over the country, we have terrible, terrible road conditions. We know that there are some improvements being made, but more needs to be done. Liberia has a population of 5 million people. 5, or let's say at most 6 million people. The rate of poverty, the rate of unemployment in the country is just unacceptable. That we need to do something to alleviate this kind of a suffering of our people. Another pressing issue that the state of this is the state of infrastructure and public services. Liberia healthcare and educational system are in need of a substantial improvement. Access to clean drinking water and electricity, as I already said, remains a challenge in many areas. Incumbent President will have to invest in upgrading these essential services to enhance the quality of life of Liberians. This is something people have to do. But you cannot just go to the poll and just vote. But go to the poll with voting and telling the guys, look, these are the things we gotta do. Communities you gotta sign a contract with people. We will vote for you when you do this for us. So when you're coming back the next time and those things are not done, then you know what to vote. But Liberians, River G, the Southeastern region voted for, we are in high numbers. Most part of the Northern region voted for Boikai in high numbers. I hope the people are satisfied with the kind of jobs Boikai and Ellen did over the past 12 years before George Weah came. And I hope the people in the Southeastern region are satisfied with the job that George Weah did over the past 6 years. We should not be voting based on tribal connection. People in the Southeastern region want to vote for George Weah because he's from the Southeastern region, or people in the Northern region want to vote for Boikai because he's from Northern region. We have to vote for people based on what they provided. And when I look at all these areas, Bapolu County, River G County, and Grand Creek County, these places are so remote and underdeveloped that I am so perplexed and flabbergasted and disturbed and baffled as to why people are so jubilant and so energized to vote for these people. But that's the decision. I respect the decision that they make. I respect the decision that they make. But for the good of the country, we should be voting for people based on what they have done and what we think they are going to do. It's hard to know what the person is going to do tomorrow. It's hard to know what the person is going to do tomorrow. But from what they did in the past can give you a clue as to what they're going to do in the future. Another problem Liberia is going to be faced with is corruption. Another problem Liberia is going to be faced with is corruption. Corruption has been a persistent issue in Liberia, hampering development efforts. The winner must provide or prioritize good governance and anti-corruption measures to restore public trust and attract foreign investment. Strengthening institutions, that's how we fight corruption. Strengthening institutions and promoting transparency will be crucial for the country's progress. We don't want a strongman mentality, right? Where they say, okay, the president said, he goes somewhere, he dismissed 6 people because the people are corrupt. No. Those are political stunts. Institutional, strengthening institutions, and we're prioritizing transparency. Let me put it in a layman term. Set up an internal control process at University of Liberia so people don't take money to give grades. So that the process of admitting people is easier and is transparent and we can go back and track it. Set up a process that people are able to pay their taxes online or to the Ministry of Finance streamlessly, that you don't have to give anybody money. That's the kind of a process, that's what we want. But Liberia is corrupt because we're not strengthening our institutions. We need to strengthen our institutions so that somebody from River G County can get his driver license from River G County. He ain't got to go to Monrovia. Somebody from Grand Creek County can get his birth certificate. He don't got to go to Monrovia. I'm just saying, I don't know what I say, get the birth certificate to come to Monrovia. When somebody is born in a hospital, they should be able to get a birth certificate as soon as they're born. We got to strengthen our institutions and empower them. We talk about the Liberia Electricity Corporation, they call them. Strengthen them so that they can be able to do the work. Strengthen the healthcare ministry so that they can do the work. That's why we talk about fighting corruption. Fighting corruption at the county, internal control is one of the big ways you can fight corruption. But you got to make sure you strengthen institutions so that they can be able to do it themselves. So you can go to the court and the court tell you they don't get shit. You got to buy paper for them to type something for you. You can go to the police station and tell somebody to go to arrest somebody for you. You know how you're supposed to go to the police station and tell them to arrest somebody for you. But what I'm saying is our institutions are so weak that it's hard for you to even track corruption. Sometimes we unfairly say people are corrupt because we don't know how the money, how they use the money that was intended for a particular village or town or county, how they use it. They didn't steal it, but they're not able to provide us with information as to how the money is used. There is no paper trail for us to track how the millions of dollars that was sent to McCann River G was used. So these are the kind of things we got to be talking about. Another big problem we got to face, what we have to address, will be reconciliation and unity. Our country is so divided. Small country is so divided to the core. And we got to see how we fight how we unite ourselves. Liberia has a history of civil conflicts. Nibarians, Grebo people, Crown people, Bassa people, everybody is at each other's throat. We got to see how we address the issue of reconciliation and healing the wounds of the past is vital to national unity. The president-elect will need to work together with civil society organization, work together with political party, government of inclusion. If I say government of inclusion, I'm not saying that people who on the ballot and stuff like that, because the one who know they're not going to win anything in the elections, they just on the ballot, they want to run as president when they know that their chances of winning is next to zero. That's not what we're talking about. You got to bring in people from different places. You got 15 ministries, or you got 18 ministries, you got 15 counties. You got to make sure that every county has somebody in there. You got to make sure that the jobs are distributed equally, and you got to create jobs so that people can not just want to work for the government. But you got to reconcile. But one way I don't think we need to reconcile is this idea that some people are propounding that, oh, we got to get a war crime tribunal or something, war crime court and stuff like that. That's a complete waste of time. And the reason is simple, right? The war crime court is a complete waste of time because when we had the opportunity to not elect people, when we have the opportunity to not elect people who are committed atrocities in that country, we did elect them. We elected Charles Taylor. We elected Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who was accused of helping the war. We elected Prince Johnson as one of the, he's been there forever. So we elected these people. We had the opportunity at the ballot box to tell these people that no, we don't support these things, but we voted for them. So that's a waste of time. War crime code, those of you calling for it, is a waste of time. Unity can come back. Unity can come by us strengthening our laws. Those who break the laws are punished. That's what we got to do. That's how we start to unify our people. Because if I'm being hurt by somebody and then nothing is done to that person, it's a problem. But we want to go back to 89 and look at all the atrocities that were committed. We had the opportunity to solve the problems, and we voted for Charles Taylor, who was the ringleader of the atrocity. Even today, we voted for Charles Taylor's wife as the Vice President of Liberia. We are telling ourselves that we put those things behind us. Why are you talking about bringing a war crime code, economic? Those are waste of time, man. No, you're wasting Liberian people's time. Move forward. We can go into the future with tears of the past. Liberians cannot go into the future with tears of the past. So, those things are happening. We got to move forward. We got to move forward. Reconciliation is not going back all the time. In South Africa, they had the Truth and Reconciliation Committee. Right now, war crime code is a waste of time. It's useless. It doesn't solve any problems. Those that are calling for it, they got a right to call for it. But when you go back, you'll see that it doesn't make any sense for us to call for a war crime code in Liberia, because it's not going to do any good for Liberians. It's just a waste of time for the country. And I hope those that are calling for those war crime code will understand that Liberia has many things to think about right now than to talk about war crime code that, in my own estimation, in my own view, doesn't add anything good to Liberia future. You know, the thing that is, when you are driving, right? When you are driving, those of you who drive, when you are driving, you want to look. You look through the view mirror. You look through. That's why they make the view mirror smaller, right? You look through, scan through the view mirror to know what's happening behind you. But the bigger you look at the bigger, you continue to look at the bigger picture, because that's where your focus is. You look in the view mirror to make some minor adjustments. But you look at the windshield to look ahead of you, so you see the bigger picture. Now Liberia got to start looking at the bigger picture. We can look in the view mirror to see things that happened during the war, during Todman time, Taylor time, Doe time. But let us focus on the future. Focus on the future. And we can continue to go in the future with the tears of the past. No, we can't do that. Let's move forward. The elections that are coming tomorrow, I know this thing might get to you guys, some of you guys late. But the elections are coming, that is going tomorrow. We're going to the polls to vote for people who can change Liberia around for the better. That's why you should be voting for. Don't vote for people because the man is your brother. At that place into it anyway. Don't vote for people because you and them from the same region. I'm from Northern region, I gotta vote for George, I gotta vote for Boikai. I'm the far southeastern region, I gotta vote for George Weah. Look at the issues you have in your community, in your town, in your county, in your region. Refugee people, if you voted for George Weah in that numbers, yes, that's good. But you gotta look at the problems you have. Is he going to solve the problems? Has he been solving the problems? Are we having clean drinking water in Refugee County, pipe-borne water? Are we having literacy, good roads that going from Clarkley in Temple to all the way Glaro? Are we having good roads? Do we have a community college in our county? Nima County has one. So when we voted for somebody in that numbers, we should be doing that because the person have done something for us. Folks, you are watching when the dust settle. I'm your host, Pico Conway. I come to you every Thursday, 10 to 12 o'clock, and Friday at the same time. I'm talking about Liberia elections. I'm appealing to my people to make sure that they're going to vote. They're going to vote for somebody who's going to help them, help this country move forward. And another thing we got to concentrate on, the next person got to concentrate on is international relations. How we build a strong relationship with our neighbors, the African community, the African Union, the ECOWAS. How we build strong community with them. Anytime we talk about international relations, we're talking about Liberia to be friendly with the United States or Great Britain or France. Those are important, but the most important thing is for us to build stronger ties with our neighboring countries, regional organizations, and our African Union. That's what we need to focus on. The word isn't important. It's important because if we want to get salt, we can get salt from Guinea or Sierra Leone or the Africa Coast. Pepper from there, chicken from there, oil from there, toothpaste from there. They can get oil from us, and we can trade more than we want to get to America. We want to get perfume from America. We want to get lotion from America, from Great Britain, from China. And when we can get all things domestically, we need to strengthen our domestic, our ties, our relationship with our neighboring countries, and work more with the African Union and ECOWAS to solve our problems on the continent. Yes, I'm not saying we should not form relationship with other people, but the most important thing is for us to look locally and see how we can build stronger relationship with our neighboring countries, trade relationship, and other relationship that is going to be very important for us. Coming to buy toothpaste from America, lotion from America, chicken feet from America doesn't just make economic sense, folks. I hope as you guys go to the poll tomorrow, you guys are going to the polls to vote for people who are going to change Liberia around. I hope you guys will do these things that will benefit the country, not just the country, but benefit our sub-region, not just our sub-region, but benefit Africa. The two guys are going to the polls, right? You can take anyone you want. It's up to you, and that's your right to vote for whosoever you want. But you should understand that Liberia's future is not trouble. Liberia's future is not based on friendship. Liberia's future is not based on the little things, but you got to look at the bigger picture. Look through the view mirror to just see what happened behind you for a few seconds. But your main focus is to look ahead of you. Don't go in the future. Don't go into the future with tears of the past. Don't go in the future and you always think about what happened yesterday, or they met this something. You will not focus. You will not do anything meaningful for your people. So as you go to vote for River G County, be going to vote with the issues that you have. Now is the time to sign a contract with people. Look, we'll vote for you when you give us this. We will vote for you when you give us X, Y, Z. Promise us to do these things. These are the projects we have. Our community is faced with this problem. Our community is faced with these problems. How are you going to address these problems? Oh, you didn't address it before. What guarantee do we have that you're going to build a community college for River G County? What guarantee do we have that you're going to improve the roads in Bapolu County? Because you were there for 6 years, or vice president for 12 years, you didn't do it. You were president for 6 years, you didn't do it. What guarantee do we have that you're going to provide jobs for River G County, or for Bapolu County, or for Grand Creek County, or for Riverside County? These are the remotest parts of Liberia. What guarantee do we have that you're going to come back here after you get the last 6 years that you asked for, and we didn't get anything for your first 6 years? What guarantee do we have that you serve as vice president for 12 years and you didn't do what you say you're going to do, that you are going to do it today? So those are the crucial questions that Liberians have to be asking themselves as they go to the polls to cast the votes in this next elections. You got to ask yourself the crucial questions. What benefits am I going to get from these people? Not me personally, although my individual benefits is embedded in the larger group benefit. So for River G County, you got to be asking yourself the questions before you vote for somebody. Or somebody in Lofa County, got to be asking those questions before you vote for somebody. And no, regional politics is real. People vote for somebody, people based on where the person comes from. You cannot negate those facts. That I vote for the man because he's my brother or he's my friend. But that is not what's going to help Liberia. What's going to help Liberia is us voting for people based on what they have done for us, or what they can do for us as a county, as a country. Folks, you are watching When the Dust Settles on YouTube. For the past 27 minutes, we have been discussing Liberia elections, and Liberia will be going to the polls tomorrow. And I hope that you guys who are going to the polls are going there to make the decisions that are going to benefit our country, not just your selfish individual, ambition, or your individual gains, or your tribal connections. I hope you're going to do those things that will benefit Liberia as a country. Folks, you are watching When the Dust Settles on YouTube. My name is Pico Conway. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your subscription and your likes and your comments will help us greatly in what we do. I hope that you go into the polls and you go in there to cast your vote for Liberia. The economic situation we have in Liberia is real. It's too much. Unemployment, youth unemployment is so high all around the country. The infrastructure decline in Liberia is so high. So when we're going to vote, we got to make sure we're voting for people who don't say somebody have Liberia hat. No, that's foolishness. Oh, the person have Liberia hat. No, the person should demonstrate. If you have Liberia hat, you demonstrate, you do it. And Liberia people always blame other people for the president's failure. Oh, Boikai and Ellen don't do it because the people they surround themselves with. We don't want to hear that. Oh, John Weah, they didn't do it because he surrounded himself. No. If you're a leader, you set goal and you rally a team to achieve those goals. People who don't perform to expectation, you have to remove them. You can't blame Judge Weah's failure on somebody else, or blame Boikai's failure on somebody else. You got to blame them. And when we start making people to take their own responsibilities, we'll make informed and critical decisions. Folks, thank you very much for watching. I will talk to you next week. My name is Pico Conway. Have a great day. Bye for now.